Hi guys, I have a second before she goes down for her nap, so I thought this would work out as long as she stays happy to come and chat with you guys. I want to talk a little bit real quickly about getting personal through social media. We have become It Works robots right now through our business. I think a lot of it is stemmed from COVID and 2020 and everything closing down. And we've gotten so caught up in this idea of how can we simplify this, use our scripts and just copy and paste, whether it be posting, whether it be talking to people. We just kind of click through things. And for a little bit there, it worked. Right through COVID, everyone was online, everything was done that, and people expected it, and it worked. But guys, what's working now is the shift away from doing everything automized. It's working to get back personal. So I want to talk about how we can do that while still, if this isn't too distracting for you guys, how we can do that while still utilizing social media. And so the first thing when we're trying to get personal through social media is we've got to be authentically ourselves. And one, that's not just copy and pasting posting. Like, I know it's so much easier to just copy and hit paste, but that's not really showing your audience who you are. That's showing them whoever post you copy and pasted, who they are. And so we want to create, if we are doing that kind of stuff with our posts, we want to at least make sure that we are taking the time to change it and make it sound like us. Like, if you ever see me post something cis, like, call me out, because you will never in my life hear me say or call anyone cis. It's not happening. But a lot of people in the business do say that. So that is something that they put on their posts that if I was to just copy and paste, I would start portraying that to my audience, and that's not authentic. That's not me. And so you want to make sure that, you know, when you are using other people's posts, you're using it more as a template than using it verbatim. Secondly is you've got to share your life. If I come to your page and all I see is before and afters in business posts, like, I'm sorry, but that's not it. I'm not saying. Our post should hit our content should either engage, entertain, or inspire people. Sorry, she's eating hair. And so we want to make sure that we are creating content that's going to be adding value. And so it doesn't have to be overcomplicated, okay? It can be something super simple, as in posting about my daughter or going live like I'm doing with you guys right now. There's a reason to it. And I'm going live and I'm talking and I'm able to not just show you who I am, but you're literally seeing me in my life. You're seeing me with my crazy kid, and you're seeing how I can multitask and do this business. Capturing moments like this, whether in your post, going live, talking on your stories, but showing in a way that is relatable. But showing these moments shows your audience that you don't have to be perfect to work a business like this. That you can be a real life hot mess mom sitting in the floor on a blanket trying to get stuff done while wrangling a baby. Like, that's okay. And because your audience is going to look at this and be like, oh my gosh, I can relate. And that's what we want. We want people to be able to relate to us. And that comes with being transparent. That comes with being authentic. And don't be afraid to share the things that are real. I've talked to my page plenty about my faith. I've talked to my page about depression. I've talked to my page about some of the medical issues we've gone through with her. I've talked to my page about some of the learning curves of becoming a mom. Those are all things that are real, authentic, and transparent with me that my audience then can relate to. So we want to make sure that we're creating that genuine content. And then we have got to get back into the business of going live and posting videos in our story. That used to be a big thing before I think almost any of you guys joined. That was how we did our business back when I got started. You had to go live like every day, and that was just this huge thing. And we've got to start getting back to that. And I know it's scary. Trust me. My first live was just horrendous, okay? It was so bad. I said 72 times. I spoke so slowly, but also so fast. I stumbled over everything. I had no idea what I was doing. It was awful. But I'm on here now and I sound pretty good if I do say so myself. Even without having notes and multitasking, I'm able to still convey my thoughts. I'm able to go through without saying too terribly much and keep my thoughts together. And that's just come with this thing called practice. And so going live on your social media again and again and again is going to help you get that practice in, and you're going to get more comfortable with it. So the first time you do it, take notes. Have literally notes sitting there of what it is you want to talk about. And it doesn't need to be the business. It does not have to be. It can, but it does not have to be the business or the products. You can literally sit down and I can talk about maybe some of Oakland's favorite toys and what our plan is for Christmas, and talk about some of the gifts that I'm planning to get her and some why I'm choosing these toys. Yeah, because there's a lot of moms on my social media. That's kind of the market I work for. And so I can start showing who I am and talking about things other than business. And doing that, guys, grows your business because your audience starts seeing you as a real person and not just this person behind a screen, this cookie cutter thing, this advertisement on social media. All of a sudden you start becoming a real life individual. And we can also do that by putting videos on our story. If you are just gonna puke at the idea of going live, start with your stories because you can delete it, okay? You can delete it before it ever posts if you just can't, okay? And you can redo it. And so do that. Go on Instagram. You can put your phone, you can link your Instagram and Facebook stories. If you don't have that done, that's a sidebar. We need to get that done because it makes it so simple to just post on your Instagram stories and it automatically goes to your Facebook stories. Like, make it easy. So you can go and you can do that. And yeah, okay. And so you can go and you can prop your phone up on Instagram stories, and there is a hands-free mode. So you click is on like the settings where like boomerang and all is on the left. So you hit hands-free and you hit the start button, and it's gonna record just like I'm doing right here. So I can make my coffee and talk about it, or I can go on a walk and talk about it, or, you know, sit here and play with her and talk about, you know, her toys or something. And it just gives you a chance to start getting comfortable being in front of the camera and talking. And it's so important to do this with your audience because you're not going to be perfect. And that's the point. You're going to say the wrong things. You're going to say, you're going to slip up on your words. You're going to mess up. You're going to get confused. You're going to get lost. You're going to get distracted. All that's going to happen. And that's the point, is your audience is going to be like, oh my gosh, me too. We're all a little bit of a hot mess, guys. And so it allows us to start straying from this cookie cutter perfect image, because that's not duplicatable, that's not relatable, and it's not real. And so that's with your content. We want to gear our posts, be authentic, and not just copy and paste. Gear our post to start talking to our audience about things that will interest them, to educate, inspire, and entertain. And then we want to go live on our page and in our stories so our audience can start seeing the real, unfiltered, hot mess us. Now, the second thing that we can work on to be more authentically ourselves through social media comes with our conversations, okay? I know you want to use those scripts, but I did a training in Charlotte. Geez, I don't know where that came from. See, mistakes. We want to show our audience though, okay? But I did a training last night in Charlotte, and one of the other speakers was talking about this, and how scripts really are great for your first 30 days, okay? Use the heck out of them. But after that, you should be getting to the point where you're starting to understand the products, what they do, and how they work. How you're starting to get to understand the business, what it is, how people join, and how it works. You have the wording in front of you, and you've used it for 30 days. Now I want to start pushing you to start tweaking it to sound more like yourself, and to use this crazy thing called voice messages. Voice messages, guys, is an amazing tool to stay in an automated sense, but be authentic, real, you, and show whoever you're talking about to build that trust that you're a real person. And so using voice messages is amazing in your content. And I'm going to give you guys a cheat, because I'm going to be honest, I can't always voice memo. If I'm trying to get some work done while she's napping on me, I can't voice memo. I'm going to wake her up. If she's in a screaming fit, I can't voice memo. She's to kind of automate voice messaging is to go through your common objections that potential distributors give you. If you don't know what those are, search on our team page. You can literally search in the content, common objections, and you're going to have a list of not just common objections, but rebuttals, like how to deal when people say those things. And go to Facebook Messenger and text yourself on Facebook Messenger, okay? So text yourself the topic. So let's say, when someone asks for, as a customer, if they can PayPal me, okay, that's one that I typically use a voice memo. So if they text me, so I'll text myself, can Elsie check out with PayPal? And then I'm going to send a voice message of the answer. And so I'll say something like, hey, so I can't accept funds directly through PayPal, Venmo, and things like that because everything is going to ship directly to your door and I don't carry product on hand. So in order to create this account for you, I do have to link it to a card, but you can text it to me or email it to me. I can call you, or I can also send you my order form. Which of those would work best? And so I'm sending that to myself. So the next time I have a potential customer who has a question about can they PayPal me, I can go to my messages. So like my text messages to myself, and I can go find the topic of, you gave yourself the hiccups, but I can go and find that topic where I send it to myself. Jeez. We've given ourselves the hiccups over here. So I can go and I can forward it from my message to myself to them. You just hold down on it and it'll give you the option to forward. So I can automate some of my responses that way. I can do that with product information. I can do that with common objections. I can do that with pricing for the business. I can do that with pricing for the products or a brief description of the products or upsells or whatever it is I want to start voice memoing. I can send it to myself first. So I have it all there, and then I can just forward it to people. And that's an easy way to again start being personal on social media and building that connection and letting them know that you're a real person. There's so much more trust when they can hear your voice. So those are two quick tips, I guess two. Those are two tips, directions, ideas, focuses, whatever, to help us start being more ourselves through social media. Because guys, yes, copy and paste may be simpler, but being you is more authentic, and that's what's going to pay off in the long run. That's going to get you the better results that you want. The residual income, the booming business is when your audience can really see you and connect with you through your content and then through voice messaging. So I want to push you guys today, okay? Your homework is to go live on Facebook or post a video in your stories. I know it's kind of scary, but I promise you can do it. So once you get that done, I want you to come back to this live video and I want you to say, done, or I did it. And I will be sending you guys a little something as a reward because you guys went out and you got outside your comfort zone. Because that's where the success comes in, guys. Nothing good happens inside your comfort zone. We've got to push ourselves to grow. So get it done today. Come back to this video, say done, and then I will get something in the mail for you. So I'm excited to see you guys do this, what you guys decide to talk about, whether the business, the products, your life. I'm going to go check it out as soon as you say done. I'm going to go watch it. So go get after it. And I'm so proud of you guys for pushing yourselves out of that comfort zone.